In the quiet where the truth won't sleep, there's a story in every crack it keeps. Pretty little clues in the dark, in the dark. Every case leaves a broken mark. Pretty little clues, don't look away. Truth has a price that it makes you pay.
Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, I am super excited. You gotta let me know if my audio is okay because I have never felt more official in my whole life. I got a new microphone. Hi, Dee. I might have to switch over to my phone for the video. Oh, good. Yay, I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. I literally was talking to Juice this morning on his live, and he was like, we got to work on your audio. And then Daphne's Case Files said to try this brand. And so I go on Amazon, and it was like, okay, we'll be there today. And it just got here about an hour ago. So I'm like a little kid in a candy store. I'm so excited. So it doesn't take a lot, I guess, to make me happy, but that's good, right? Okay, so I have to show you guys my new short that I just made. So I'm gonna just pull myself down because oh my gosh, I thank God for Alex, who's so funny. He was showing all of these different clips, and that's what gave me the idea to make this. Hold on, let me get it. And I also bought an external hard drive, and I hope that that will help with the memory issue on my computer because they kind of suck. All right, one last pit stop out of progress. We do have a store in front of us. You can't see where the house didn't have a shop. All right. I am going to drop this. If anyone wants to come in, feel free. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, but I'm so happy that I have my microphone. You guys can hear me good. So that makes me happy. And I don't feel like I'm having to shout. I'm hoping that my audio is pretty clear, but we'll see. Hey, Sheila. So happy to see you. I saw that Justin ended his live. I asked him for the link. I was going to come up there with him, but now we just need Doug. Where's Dougie Fresh? Okay, so like if you guys haven't been here before, this is my channel. I'm just kidding. You guys gonna see this. Oh crap, I always forget I gotta add the stuff to the stage before I share it. I get too trigger happy. Okay. I'm assuming I can't make it any bigger because can't.
Just go down there and investigate it myself. Wow, where am I? I can't see a thing. Well, maybe I'll just go down there and investigate it myself. Wow, where am I? This doesn't look like Pima County. Man, I better get going or I'm gonna be late. Wow, I can't pass this one up. Yeah, it's a Villanos. All right, focus. Well, this is starting to look more like home. Well, here goes nothing. This. I can't see it.
Oh my gosh, he is not precious at all. But holy crap, did that make me laugh. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time just because I love it. It's so funny.
Well, maybe I'll just go down there and investigate it myself. Wow, where am I? This doesn't look like Pima County. Man, I better get going or I'm gonna be late. Wow, I can't pass this one up. Yeah, it's a Villanos. All right, focus. Well, this is starting to look more like home. Well, here goes nothing. This.
Oh. Yeah, Justin is precious. He's a sweetheart. I don't know who that other person was that was bothering in the chat and bothering last night. And that was kind of annoying. I was actually like, I don't get annoyed with people very often, but he was pushing on my last nerve. All right. So link is in the chat. If anyone wants to come up here, feel free. Otherwise, we're gonna go to Pima County Sheriff. I'm gonna show you guys. Overall score. Okay, so do I want to subscribe? That is a F. No, thank you. No, thank you. So I have these shorts for like days, y'all. Days. Okay, come on. Don't be a stupid. Okay. Okay, so you know what's interesting is that we don't 6 months ago, 5 months ago, mysterious surveillance footage. Where's anything about Nancy? Where's anything? Do you see a video about her? Because I sure don't. Where's Nancy? Mm-hmm. Don't you wish this was Nano's picture under retirements? I do. I do. Nope. Oh, here's another one. Taggy. In Justin's chat, yeah, I saw that. Looked like Justin was on it, but I don't know. I've never seen him move that fast for when I ask him for the StreamYard link, man. All right. Come on.
We begin this evening with breaking news at this hour.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department is looking for a missing person. You may have seen him. Take a good look at your screen.
The word is he's hard to miss. Goes by the name Sully. He's 28 years old, 6 feet, 6 inches, and 190 pounds.
And we're hearing.
So for their trick or treat, you're telling me that they can make a commercial for their trunk or treat, trick or treat thing, but they have not made one for Nancy, and Nancy is not cool. Solid. Stay classy. You stay classy, Pima County.
That he could be heading towards Ajo Way looking for candy. PCSD saying he's apparently walking around screaming boo.
Interesting. We want to bring in the last person that saw him, his best friend, Mike Wazowski.
Mike, thank you so much for joining us. We're hearing why he could be headed that way.
The Keno Sport.
Yep. There he is. Hey, Doug. Yep. Hey, honey. There he is.
Here he is.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Justin.
Yep. Sorry, my hubby just walked in here. Hey, Doug. Douglas. Doug.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Guess
Trying
what?
to get past all the echoes.
Yeah, that's got to be on your end because I have a whole new setup. You want to see my new toy? Look, I got like my own microphone. I got big, cool microphone.
Nice. Look at that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, Daphne's case files this morning on Juice's live said that this is a good brand. So I went on Amazon literally this morning. I ordered it by like 10:30 and it was here at like maybe like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So I'm like stoked. So you can't tell me it's me. It's you. It's definitely a you problem. So you can't tell me it's me. It's you. It's definitely a you problem.
Yeah, no, it's a me problem.
So you can't tell me it's me. It's you. It's definitely a you problem. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you have 2 different echoes. Holy cats. All right, here. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Blue.
Complex. We have to be on the scaring force soon.
Mike, do you know of any connection that you guys may have to that place?
Connection.
Yeah,
I'll
just
that's
jump
right.
off. I got to
How
figure
could
this
I forget?
thing out.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department is
Either I got to
hosting
buy the
an annual
Okay,
trunk or
paid
treat
version of the
event
headset or
on
something.
October 26th from 4:30 to
back if you want.
7:30 at the Keno Sports Complex. It's a safe place to take your kids. There will be Sheriff's Department specialty vehicles, food trucks, and much, much more. Sorry, guys, I have to go.
I'll be in the
What
chat.
just happened?
I have no clue. No idea.
We're going to take a quick break.
Did you see what happened there? No idea. Yeah, no idea. Same. Hey, Blue. Maybe Doug wanted to say hi. He really wanted to say hi, but he had that issue the other day when we did our live. He figured it out somehow, but I know that there was like a huge lag. Doug went on a boat trip. All right, I'm going to turn my camera off again. I just feel awkward. When I'm not talking. Who is ever mad at anybody? I'm never mad at anybody. I was irritated with somebody else. I was in Justin's chat earlier, but it's pretty rational. But I wasn't even mad. He was just on here for a minute, but he had a really bad echo. Okay, let me play this. And sorry if I pause like more than usual. I'm just worried about them shutting down my live again like they did a couple days ago. So
We'll be right back.
Celia, I need you to meet me at the Keno Sports Complex.
Why? This isn't about sushi, is it?
No, I think Sully's there.
Do you think he's already at Trunk or Treat, Googly Bear?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go.
oh my god, you guys. Oh, we got new monks. Come watch that.
So they say that it should be extremely flattered that our Tommaso video.
I don't know. Sorry, hold on. How do you know like it was a lot though? Good for you. I hate that chat. Nothing against him. I just hate that chat.
Reminded me of you. This video was turned into some type of AI slop, cleverly disguised with this title. Dear Tommaso, I watched a review, and it's by a channel called Crime View, okay, which is the same vein, I will say, as channels like Brian Records, which a lot of people have told me to go watch, but I don't even think it exists anymore. Then I think it transformed into Brian Updates. If you choose to watch these kinds of channels, just, please be wary that if they stole something from the likes of me, most likely they're ripping off other content creators as well. At the same time, I'm not too concerned about these kinds of channels because YouTube sent out a letter like a few months back telling everybody that they are making sure that what they deem as low effort AI slop does not get rewarded. They are demonetizing these kinds of channels. I don't know if this channel has gotten the memo, but it might fall under that umbrella.
I mean, I think that's good for creators like me that are just starting their channels, and like I didn't have a good quality mic, and like if I'm at work and I'm trying to make a short, it's easier for me to use like an AI voiceover. So I hope that they're not going to hold that against me. I don't know why they would. It's still, you know, original content. But yeah, I have seen those channels, and then you click on them and it's always the same guy voice, and he's like, "This is Nancy Guthrie. She lives at 5820 North Camino Escalante in Tucson, Arizona." It's like the same freaking voice. I had to teach my husband the difference because he would watch some of those, and I'm like, you know that that is like completely AI, and that is none of that is real. None of that's even true. A lot of it, they just like rip off parts. Like some of it'll say like, Nancy Guthrie, you know, the secret that the sheriff has been hiding. And then you're like, oh, I want to know the secret. What's the secret? It doesn't know. There's no secret. Monk's prefers video. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Monk do a live. But he does do a really good job on his videos. And I mean, I don't think there's a lot of editing that goes into his, which, I mean, I don't know. We're just going to have to see how this channel goes, but I don't think I want to keep living on live streams. I think I'd rather just make the content, because it's, unless you're like ready to engage with people, right? If you're ready to talk about something, then it's easier to just sit down and do a video on what the topic is that you want to talk about. And especially if it's supposed to be a very focused, topic driven type thing, because I find myself getting super duper distracted by the chat. I wear a t-shirt that says dogs make me happy, people give me a headache. Yeah. Thank you, Blue. Yeah, it changes colors. Sometimes it's blue, and then it's like blue and green, and then it goes to like purple and green. I'm watching it right now. Now it's going to pink and green, or like pink and teal. And now it's going to orange and blue, or like a red, white, blue type schematic. Now it's blue and green. Now it's green and blue again, like a teal. Okay, I'll stop. Sit here and just keep repeating what color my microphone turns. Hey, Angel. What do you keep apologizing for? Stop that. I'm Midwest. We don't deal with apologies. We will give them till the end of the, till the cows come home, literally. But I never know what to say to an apology. I'm like, thank you. I don't know. All right, let's go back. Let's turn them on.
Okay, now allow me to say this as well, okay? Has some type of gag order been cast over some of the bigger true crime creators, right? You have Ashley Banfield, Megyn Kelly, and I did have Nancy Grace, lumped into this basket as well. However, it seems as though the gag order on Nancy Grace has lifted, unless, you just can't silence the queen, right? As with an update about the Nancy Guthrie case that I did find very intriguing. And I also think it's okay for us.
Okay, I just have to say, I have no. I said I don't get angry often, but I think that woman gets me there probably quicker than anybody. She has she has on all of these really smart and professional people that, are really masters of their craft and their careers and different things that they have done. And she just like craps all over them. Like she has no problem condescending anybody. And also being from the Midwest, there's one thing that we cannot stand, and that is people condescending us. So don't make me feel like I'm an idiot. But Nancy Grace does that all the time. It drives me insane. I could probably do a whole episode on all of the reasons and examples of why I cannot stand her. If she ever asked me to come on her show, I would tell her no. I would tell straight up, be like, absolutely not. I've seen how much of an idiot you made your other guests look. And she actually had a mother of a missing, I think it was a missing daughter, on her show, and how she rapid fire condescend questions you and interrogates, people on the show. This poor lady actually went and like unalived herself after the show because of how mean Nancy Grace was to her. So I cannot. Okay. I'm gonna go back. Sorry. I'm always gonna rant on her.
To wonder, was this just her showing, a professional courtesy for Savannah? I mean, did Nancy give Savannah, a month's time does sound like a good amount of time as a professional courtesy, all right? If there was pressure, to remain silent, because it has been reported and confirmed that Savannah has spent $500,000 on private investigators. So she may have wanted the noise to die down just a bit, while things are getting hashed out behind the scenes. Now, we, the public, of course, we only get a grain of what insiders know. So
I still will tell you that private investigator is a bad idea, in my opinion. I think that because of, and I mean, she must have a very high confidence level that her family members are not involved. Because if she did, if she had one tiny ounce that her family may be involved, I don't think she would have hired private investigators, because if she did, all of that stuff, that intimate knowledge, especially, you're close to your family. So any of that stuff is not protected under attorney-client privilege, like it is under attorney-client privilege. So anything, especially in a prosecution sense, I mean, a defense sense, sorry, not a prosecution sense, but a defense, they will, bring all of that to light and make you pay for doing it, because they get to use all of that information that your private investigator has gathered. And like I said, that's not always a great thing. So
imagine all the images and footages, call logs investigators have combed over and are still combing over as we speak. So in this Nancy Grace video, she had an investigative reporter named Dave Mack, who reported that another reporter named Michael Ruiz of Fox Digital, who has inside the investigation, saying that detectives are still investigating footage from inside and outside Nancy's home. That's information that Nanos had touched upon in those early press conferences, that Nancy did have cameras inside her house and that they were going over it. This right here definitely is telling us that there were cameras or a camera in the home, which makes this a confirmation of that fact. And there's possibly much more footage. Guys, I'm starting to think that if Pima County and the FBI have more images
Okay, I'm going to comment on Blue's question here. My opinion on, do we think it's a woman at the door? I will say, I think the reason that everybody is so hung up on it is the eyes and the feminine looking eyelashes. But I will tell you that I had a good friend in high school. His name was Phil. And when I tell you he was the prettiest man I've ever seen, it's because he had those, like, not like deep set eyes, but he had brown eyes with like the really long eyelashes. So I think it's a man with really pretty girly eyes, if that makes sense. I don't know how to say that, but that's my opinion on it.
And footage that they aren't sharing with us, then they actually might already have a strong idea about who it is. If not, already have solved the case and just making sure they have all their ducks feet in a row. Now, the other thing Dave reported, which is the uncomfortable thing for most reporters, was the experts feeling that since the ransom notes were never followed up on, no proof of life, that money was never really the true motive. And I'm telling you, I will second that sentiment because, just to say it plainly, I've always felt it was an inside job. A lot of us have felt that it had to do something with.
All right. I'm only pausing because you guys know that I am like absolutely terrified. I already have a warning on a copyright strike and I'm not even monetized yet. So I'm, I don't know, just nervous about it. So I'll just keep answering questions in the meantime. Okay. What nationality or ethnicity? I mean, I don't really know because I think my friend Philip was like Italian, but I have seen a lot of like men of like Indian descent, like actually like Indian descent, Middle Eastern descent that have like those dark eyes with like the really pretty eyelashes. But I feel like it could be any sort of ethnicity. I definitely don't think it's an African American person. Just the way that the light is reflecting on the skin tone, I think it's got to be, tan to white or mixed for sure. But yeah, I don't notice the perp leans to the same side as. Oh, no way. Okay, Doug thinks Caucasian. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so it's been speculated that, and everything is, let me turn my banner back on. Obviously, everything that's said in here is allegedly, supposedly, or for entertainment purposes only, yada, 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 allegedly. So, allegedly, the perp didn't take the camera to shield himself. He took the camera to shield a vehicle or to shield the exit from the house. Because I know that we've heard the back doors are open, which leads me to believe that they go out the front door. But I think what baffles, and of course the blood is outside the front door, but honestly, what baffles me, flippin' blows my mind, is that I'm A or I'm T, and I get to the house and I'm looking for my mom. Okay, even if I go through the back door, even if I go through a garage, what I'm not doing is like not going to the other entrance or exit. Even if I thought that my mom walked away from the house, I'm not going just through the back door and looking around and being like, oh, guess she's not here. I absolutely would open that front door, see if there's anything out there. Did she drop anything? I mean, I don't know, but I absolutely would be looking also at the other points of exit or points of entry. So how that blood is missed absolutely blows my mind. And not only was it missed by the family, you had agents out there combing the crime scene, looking at things. You miss the mat, you miss the blood, you miss the foliage around, like that was left behind on the camera, and the foliage that was left behind on the ground. All of that, every single thing could have contained the perpetrator's DNA. Why in the flip is News Nation the one finding this? I mean, riddle me that, please. Yeah, you can. Do you need the link again? You can come up here. What 911 calls? We've heard the 911 calls. I thought we haven't heard them. Here, Sheila, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome. I'm not staying on here all night, but we can hang out for a while. Okay, so you have not heard the 911 calls from the day that she was taken or when A or T called. I mean, I think when I say that, and I'm not like accusing anything of them, accusing them of anything, I think I can say Annie and Tommaso. So Annie and Tommaso go there and whatever. Okay, sorry. Back to Doug's question. That's what I was talking about. So Annie and Tommaso go there that day, but you're talking that you've heard the 911 calls from what, like February 2nd to 2? Hey, Dark Knight. Oh, we got a link. Okay. Well, then we'll watch that one next. Why not?
Somebody that she knew, okay? Which happens to be my stance since the beginning of this case. Anyway, so, hey, I'm all aboard. So here's how I rationalize it to be personal, okay? So to me, ever since Savannah said that Nancy has a mischievous sense of humor, it kind of verified something for me about Nancy. So in an earlier video before Savannah's interview with Coda Hotby, I said that Nancy seemed like a very sweet lady, and I wouldn't doubt it, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't prickly to some. Savannah's mischievous sense of humor description and knowing she's a media-trained lawyer was confirmation for me that Nancy can have a sharp tongue, okay? And more tidbits about Nancy would lend to this as well, okay? You have to add her unabashed political views on Facebook. I feel we all get the idea that besides being a loving mother and a friend, Nancy might have had an argumentative, indomitable side as well. She's also described as being fiercely independent. It's why she never moved from her home since the 70s. It's why she preferred to live alone. So we've heard. Now, if I was a betting man, I would wager that she is extremely kind, but only up to a point, because she is no sucker. I can
I am so proud of my daughter Savannah. She handled this with grace and kindness. In the face of evil, she persisted. Thank you all for your many prayers. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I think she meant I will fear no evil. Hey, Sheila. You're on. How are you?
Hang on, my volume went down. Hang on.
Oh, there you go. I can hear you now.
Oh, wait, here I am. Hey,
Hello.
can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I do.
Is
Hey,
it better?
everybody.
Does it sound better?
Yes, sounds good.
Oh, yay. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds real good.
So you have a
Okay, you want
theory
me to
for
tell you
us.
my theory now?
I do.
Hang on a minute. Let me cut Alex off. I muted Alex. Okay, here's my theory. There's 3 people. There's 2 that got there first. They went in the back door waiting. All right. Then Nancy gets home. The 2 do their deed, take her out, whatever. And then the guy that we saw, the porch guy, he is there, brought up the car where they couldn't see it, but he went and took out the camera and is waiting on them to open the door so he can go in while they take her out the front where she's already wrapped up, dripping blood. And then they take her out. He goes in and cleans up all the evidence, shuts the front door, makes sure it's locked so there's nobody can tell. And then he goes through, cleans up all the evidence that he sees, goes out the back door, and that's meets up with him. That's my theory.
I mean, it's not a bad theory. And what I've been thinking lately is that, the back door was left open, supposedly,
Right.
allegedly, from what we've heard. I'm like, well, if it was either the people that night or if it was allegedly perhaps maybe A&T the next day, if you're getting there and you need to clean up some mess and you want to make sure that it's done thoroughly, you would use bleach, right?
Oh, I know the
And so
bleach
I'm
was used.
wondering if they get there and they're part of the next day cleanup crew and they're leaving those back doors open to air out the smell so that when the police get there, they're not like, why does this house smell like bleach? It's just my idea. But I mean, it goes along the same lines. I mean, either that night or the next day, if the doors are left open, could be.
I think the porch guy, because his backpack was full, I think he was the one with the cleanup stuff and was going through there. And yeah, your StreamYard is lagging.
Mine is lagging.
Yeah, I'm froze. I mean, on my picture, I can look at it, I'm froze. It moves.
Oh, you're not frozen for me. Is she frozen for you
Mm-hmm.
guys? I'll turn off my camera.
That's
that
probably
might have something to do with it.
I don't know. But, yeah, I moved a few minutes ago and it just now moved. But I don't think, nope, it's not your camera.
No, Crystal says it's working just fine. So maybe we're just going crazy over here. Who knows?
I don't know. Because I was talking and moving and I wasn't moving at all in my chair. So that's funny. But yeah, that's my theory. The porch guy was the cleaner.
I mean, yeah, it definitely could be.
Yeah, and he went out the back to make sure everything looked kind of normal, so to speak. And then they wouldn't see the blood that way either, you know. Because if you
Yeah.
remember, somebody said that there was blood in the house and that it had been cleaned just a little bit. So, and it looked immaculate. So, for them to do their deed and get her out, you know, and if she's fighting, there's not going to be no immaculate house. Something's going to be knocked over or out of place. So, he was the cleaner, the fixer, and the one that made it look like nothing was out of place.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think, you know, there's a struggle,
Yeah, that's,
obviously, and you got to make sure that, I mean, but I guess at the
I
same
mean, with me,
time, why would, I mean, it matters that you don't leave your DNA behind, but why would I give a flip if the house looks immaculate before I leave? See, to me, that's even sketchy. I get it if they wanted to clean things, but as far as picking up everything and making sure everything was tidy, I guess what would be the point in wasting time when at the end of the day they're going to come there and see that she's still gone?
we'll see. I watch a lot of crime movies too, and I got to thinking about it. And in my crime movies, there's always a cleaner when you go in a hotel or somewhere and you shoot somebody up or whatever. You go in, the cleaner comes in and does his thing
Mm-hmm.
to leave no evidence on the way out.
Yeah. I don't know. My mind just goes to like really funny places. Like, did he go in there with like a
I know.
shop vac, and he's like vacuuming up like every.
No, I don't think that was the case. I think he just went in there, picked up, and wiped up, you know, and took
Mhm.
whatever was laying
Yeah, I
that
mean, absolutely. Get
shouldn't
her
have
out of
been.
the way and then come in and clean up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just to make it look like she wasn't taken, basically. To make it look like she just walked off. And
Yeah.
that was supposedly their first thought, which is bull anyway. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would depend on how well they knew her, how well they knew her situation, because, I mean, I don't know how much we can believe of anything that's being told to us, to be honest. I definitely don't trust Nanos as far as I can throw him. But even Savannah,
he
I
is
think everything that she's said so far has just been so calculated. And
right.
yeah, like,
I don't believe,
I don't know.
and I
Go ahead.
definitely don't believe Annie. Those poems are so sketchy and dark.
Yeah, did you see the short that I did about the one poem?
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
um,
she talks about like trapped, or I don't remember the exact words that she used, but it was
the
like,
wind.
okay, is she talking about a kidnapping? Yeah, the cave. I'm like,
Hmm. Yeah, it's just freaky. But anyway, that's my theory. Just 3 people and the one that cleaned up to make it look like she wasn't taken and just wandered off.
yeah. And I mean, I've heard a lot of the professionals saying, I believe it's only one person. I believe it's only one person. And what they say is we only have evidence of one person.
Of
And
one
I think,
person.
yeah, I think that's just kind of their training in a way, is that, they have to try to go off of what they know instead of speculate. But I think there's definitely more than one person. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think it was at least 3 because how else will you get a dead weight woman? They did the deed. That's it. To a car by yourself. I mean, without leaving more of a mess. So no, it had to be 2 at least carrying her, I think.
Uh,
But I think A and T know exactly what happened, in my opinion. And like you said, it's speculation, but I think they know exactly what happened. And if anybody paid for it, I think they were involved up to their gills.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I go back. I mean, I think everybody who's been following this case is going to go back and forth depending on pretty much what day of the week it is. I think I changed my opinion, like I changed my underpants.
Right, exactly. Well, my thing is day one, they get there, they put up crime tape. 30 minutes later, the crime tape's down. I mean, that is bogus. I mean, for a crime scene, you leave the tape up until the case is solved. And you know, everybody knows that. I've watched enough TV to know that. I mean, crime tape stays up. That's how everybody was walking on the porch. Brian Enton went in, didn't he? And see, it's just craziness. And the police went up and knocked on the door. So who's going to knock on the door? That blew me away in itself.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I guess I don't understand the purpose of going to knock on the door.
Right.
I mean, you know, she's not there. But, you know, what's funny is every time I see one of the guys sitting out there, I'm just like, well, anyone go knock to see if she's home yet?
Well, see, there's people that also think she is home, that she was in an underground bunker. I mean, but the reason Alex goes out there, and I will tell you why him and Juice go out there. They go out there because they think of her every day. Their heart is on Nancy Guthrie, and they're just trying to keep her name out there, keep it alive. And then the neighbors go acting all stupid and stuff, and that's where it backfires, you know.
Yeah. And I trust me when I say that. I am not, I would never say anything bad about them. I don't think that what they're doing is wrong in any capacity. I know that there's been mixed reviews and mixed opinions on all of that. And I'm definitely of the mindset of they're not hurting anybody, they're not committing a crime. You let them do what they want to do. Because in every other neighborhood, other than the Catalina foothills where Nancy lived, no neighbor would have a problem. None. They would be happy.
Exactly. Well, if something happens to me, pack up my angel eyes and pack up you and Doug and all my YouTube friends, and y'all get your butts down here.
Okay. Okay, where are we going?
You're going to Virginia if something happens to me.
Okay.
So,
deal.
So that's where I would want you all. And I mean, y'all could sit out in my yard, go in my basement, live in my house. I don't care. If something happens to me, just find me.
You got it.
I mean, which I am 64, you know, don't know how long the Lord's going to bless me with, but He's blessed me with 64, so I expect Him to bless me with a bunch more. That's just how I see it.
Yeah.
But
nobody
deserves
to the chat for a second. My little buddy wants me to tuck him in, so you talk to the chat for a second. I gotta go tuck him in.
Okay.
can definitely see her helping out a needy loved one, right? Who has an outstretched hand. But at the same time, I could also see.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, Sheila, why did you leave? You were supposed to talk to the people. Okay. Well, was that playing the whole time that I was gone? No, I hit it on my way down. Yeah, I don't know. Why did you leave, Sheila? All right, let me make sure. Angel's in, I'm in, Dougie's in. All right, if you go missing, Sheila, you got a crew already. Person yellow, podium blue, person yellow. What are you? What is this? What is this? Are we speaking in code? Oh, you had to refresh. Okay. Well, let's listen to Monk while Sheila refreshes.
Her slap that hand away if she felt that she was being taken advantage of. I can hear her giving praise, right? A kind word for anyone in her circle. And of course, I can also hear her lecturing or berating a loved one that just can't seem to get their act together. Right? What is she described as? She's sharp as a tack and of sound mind when she was taken. All you have to do is watch footage of her, hear her speak, and we will all see how intelligent and witty she actually is. The way she makes her bed. I mean, she felt it important enough to teach this on national TV, how to get hotel style edges, on your sheets. That leads me to believe that she is very structured and organized in her daily life. But the biggest giveaway for me, mahjong. Okay, we're not just talking about.
I think that Monk really loves the fact that Nancy loved mahjong. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think it's so weird that she went on the Today Show and showed how to make a bed. Like, I don't know if my mama's that good at making beds. I haven't seen her make a bed in a long time because I don't live there with her, obviously. But I don't think if I wanted my mom to be remembered in any capacity, it would be by her her ability to make a bed. But no, this video was like 4 hours ago. But he did do a whole one on like mahjong and how there must be 4 people there, but he also didn't know the age of the ANT's child, so he wouldn't know if it was the child was of playing age or not. But anyway,
about just another casual player. Okay, she loved this game enough that she taught her children to play. And this is not a game just readily accessible in the States or even popular in the States. This is amongst Asian countries. And mahjong is definitely a thinking person's game, not too dissimilar from chess. Okay, you have to constantly match these tiles and you have to do it quickly. I've played games before. It's tense, okay? You have to analyze the patterns, organize your tiles, and you have to do it discreetly because good players could tell what you have if you don't organize it properly. There is a decision with every draw of a new tile, and the tiles that you
okay, so when I get those little ads on the games that I play, Because yes, I am 36, and yes, I will play games on my phone if I like to. But when I get those ads and I like a mahjong one comes up just to make the time go past until I can skip it, I'll like play the little preview or whatever. And it always seemed like it was just like matching. I didn't know you had like this whole strategy, like it's flipping Scrabble or, I played dominoes a lot with my family, but it sounds like it is quite a different schematic. So I'm learning more about mahjong, mahjong. Did I do it today than I ever thought I would?
Guard, you have to do that strategically as well, and to know that this game is not completely based on luck. Okay, a lesser player can win at times because luck is a component of the game, right? Of the draw, but a skilled player will dominate over the long term. Okay, people that truly love games like this, I will say with confidence, are definitely the analytical type. Okay, so I'm going to share with you just a quick story. Okay,
Does anyone remember when that video of her mom making the bed was? Yeah, Dark Knight, you're right. He did do like a whole episode on it. Yeah, I've never heard of it till this case either. I mean, I've heard, like I just said, I've heard of it, but I guess I've never heard of how much detail or technique goes into it. But I'm just trying to remember if I can think of when she originally went on the Today Show about the bed making thing. But
my wife's dad loves mahjong, plays every weekend with his buddies, and is one of the most analytical people that I know today. I mean, he analyzed me, guys. The first time I met him, kid you not, my ex-girlfriend, because she is my wife now, brought me home while he was playing mahjong. He looked at me with the most powerfully unhappy eyes. I thought I was cooked. Okay. But long story short, he got to know me. I eventually asked for his daughter's hand in marriage, and he said yes. And my wife's parents have been nothing but amazing to me ever since. So if Nancy is anything like my father-in-law, then as generous as she can also be very stringent if she feels that things are not being done correctly. So you better believe that I believe that Nancy was analyzing the world around her and the people around her at all times. However, we all
okay, however, okay, 2013, so 13 years ago.
have
Okay,
a soft spot.
that would
Now,
totally.
if we're to take my
Why-
father-in-law,
oh
for
my
example,
goodness, I wasn't even on that screen, and just decided I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, I guess if it was 13 years ago or so, that would make sense that her mobility issues seem to have gotten a lot worse, as it tends to do with elderly people. Sometimes it can happen very quickly. I tell you guys this story about my grandma. She was 82 years old. She decided she was going to get on a treadmill at 82 years old, and she thought she was turning it down, and she turned the speed up. And needless to say, she did an epic treadmill fail. And I mean, it was bad. She never went home again. She dislocated her shoulder, and it was this whole thing. But, these women will fight for their right to remain independent. They will fight for their right to remain independent. And the other thing I was going to say is Tyler Robinson preliminary hearing will be open via Brian Enton. I posted YouTube of what? Oh my gosh, you guys, you are confusing me. What is this Google? What's the Google thing? I can't copy it from there. I can't copy it from there either. No, you're fine. Okay, Angel, tell me what you're talking about because I'm confused. Google, yeah, but I can't, like, I'll do it in the Google search bar, but I'm saying, like, I cannot copy the link. I can't even click on it from here. I'd have to go into my own live to grab it. So, oh, okay. All right, let me get back to this.
It's family. The people that we are closest to, we allow to essentially, take us for granted, take advantage of us at times. But we only do that in hopes that it's just temporary, right? That it buys them time to better themselves. The top comment from the real Dear Tommaso video that belonged to us was, "Don't help a loser. The loser will hate you for it." That's just meaning that eventually the help you give becomes expected of you. All that kindness that you showed just goes out the window when you stop. And guess what? It's going to be never paid back, right? The goodwill is never reciprocated. And resentment, instead of gratitude, fills the heart of said loser. Remember, it has to be a loser that you're doing this for, not just anybody, okay? And I will say that is one angle to this case that I feel has a high possibility. There had to have been some pent up resentment for Nancy. I mean, to do this to an 84-year-old woman, that person must have thought that the only relief was to take her out of the equation, right? The equation that has some troubling variables that are not easily answered because of the implications. Possibly why the big true crime YouTubers took a slight vacation away from the Nancy Guthrie case. Some of those variables are seemingly reluctant for us to get to know them. And I'm still not sure why. I still, however, tend to believe that there still is a monetary factor in play here, okay? Even if it's not direct or the primary motive, right? It's at most a backseat driver. And as time goes by, as we add more pieces to the puzzle, if it is personal, like Nancy Grace's video indicates, then
Sorry, I'm just so okay. I gotta figure out a way to get over this because I did not watch I have not watched Monk for a little while here, and I'll tell you why. So I did a live, and you're gonna like I really am just like in my head about it and crazy and whatever, and I'll take it. I'll take the feedback. But not too long ago, I did one of my first lives, and we got into talking about Tommaso and his poetry and Italian. I pulled up the website and I, translated the poem and I read the poem in English and I was making the connections in between Tommaso and when they were selling their house, when they sold or when they bought their last house, and that is the only power of attorney document that I'm aware of. Now, everybody and their uncles, brothers, cousins, mother has made different I'm trying to think of the word for it, but they have said that this document is a multitude of different things that it's not, unless there is a document that I haven't seen, which is very possible. But everyone's saying it's a power of attorney. It's a power of attorney for Annie. It's a power of attorney for Nancy. No, it's not. It was a power of attorney because Tommaso must have been out of the country or unavailable to be there to sign the documents when they purchased or sold that property. So, anyways, my point is that the next day or 2 days later, all of a sudden Monks has one about Tommaso and picking apart his poetry. And so here's one of the downfalls about YouTube, right? And it's just going to be what it is, and I have to be okay with it, but because I've done it as well. So we go on lives or we do videos and we bring up a good idea. And I'm not saying this happens. This is where you get to call me crazy if you want. But we do the research, we dig into it, we look into it, and someone's like, that's a great idea. And then they take it to someone else and they're like, oh my God, did you see that this poem and blah, 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 blah. And then you see other people bringing it up, which wouldn't be a problem if credit was given to the originator of the idea. So that just drives me crazy when I bring up a point, and like I said, you get to call me crazy on this one, but I'm just saying it just seemed oddly convenient when someone brings up a point and then someone else takes that idea and takes it to somebody else and either tries to own it or at least say, oh, I heard this, but they don't give credit to the person that actually did the work or brought up that idea or that topic or whatever it may be. So I will tell you, it's something I'm going to have to navigate around. It just comes with the territory, right? But some of the stuff that I see, and I'm just like, nah, I did that first. Just so I was a little Midwest passive aggressive to Monks, and I did comment on that video, and I said, interesting. I just did a live on this yesterday. So I don't know. That's where you guys get to call me crazy because, yeah. Do you need the link again? Anyone can come on. I don't care. She tells you to unblock everybody. Why would she tell you to unblock anybody? I blocked somebody, it cut me off at 1,000 on my Google, and I blocked everyone to have it not work. All that evidence is just staying there. Hello, how are you?
I was just wanted to clarify that thing that I posted was that Today Show from 2013 that I found on the thing.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I was confused and I can't copy links from StreamYard, so.
Yeah, because you said you couldn't open it, and I kept clicking on it, and I couldn't.
Yeah, it's just the way that StreamYard is. If I hover over it, it's not like it is in like the actual YouTube. So I'm not able to copy and paste it from here. So I was just curious as to what it was. But yeah, I'll definitely look at it. I was just wondering when it was because obviously she had quite a decline of mobility in the meantime. How are you this evening? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I'm trying to find the reason why I go by my name. I think you're going to love her, but I can't find her right now.
Oh, okay. We're looking for a pet.
Yeah, but she's I don't know if you can see her, but she's right there.
Oh,
yeah.
Hello, precious. Hello. Oh, I love the fur babies. Hello. Aw. Looks like a kitten. How old is she?
She's got one blue eye and one green eye.
Aw, love that. So cute.
I think she's trying to go to sleep because it's like almost 1 o'clock here, but
Oh yeah, you're on the East Coast. I'm Central, so it's almost midnight here.
she'll be 3 Valentine's Day.
That's so cute. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying. There's like weird stuff going on in this chat right now. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
I hear an echo. Do you hear it?
I do not. It could be if you have me on speakerphone. I think it tends to do that a lot. Is anyone in the chat hearing an echo? No, 101 is not a guy. 101 is a girl. I've talked to 101 on the phone. It's a girl.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here so I can do some more commenting.
Oh, well, I appreciate you joining me, and it's so nice to finally see the person behind the name. So come visit anytime.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, I appreciate your support.
Always.
Thanks. Okay. Yes, female. Okay, I was gonna be like, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. That whole group has been very weird to me as well. So I don't go in the chat. Not so much Peggy, but a lot of the other ones have been kind of weird to me. So that's the group that I've just kind of been not avoiding because I also I don't give the effort to avoid it, but I think just the chats are getting toxic. I think the mods are getting annoyed with all of the trolls that are in there. And I think it's just getting taken out in all sorts of I will be really lost then. I guess I didn't really realize like how not like distracting it is, but like you guys obviously have your little side conversations, which is cool. Like I don't care. But then if I come in and I'm like reading a chat and I'm like, oh, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, you're having your own conversation. You did great, Angel. You really did. Yeah, wait till this channel. I will be so lost. Was what before or after?
Nancy's disappearance was the end game the whole time. Okay. I never really took ransom seriously. A lot of us never did because it wasn't done fast or discreetly. Okay. Unless I would perk up a bit if it pertains to a certain man in Hawthorne, California, right? That guy named Derek Kallela. Because even though he's being charged with transmitting a demand for ransom, in my opinion, it never sounded like a demand. Here's his text to Annie and Tommaso verbatim. Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction. And that's always sounded to me like a question and a reminder. So for me, if this was
Yeah, that whole situation is odd to me too. Especially because they knew each other. So to me, say it was like my best friend, and I'm like, okay, Brittany, your mom's gone now, so when can we expect that payment? I mean, two things. First of all, I would think a grown person would know better than to directly contact this person, even if they were in cahoots together. Um, but yeah, I think it's just weird that he would contact him at all, especially because they knew each other, right? This isn't a stranger who's using like a *67 phone number. He is like directly contacting him. That whole thing is very weird to me.
It was all plotted out and personal. It had to be something.
Unless they had some sort of falling out and Derek Colella was like, I don't know how to get back at this SOB. I will make him look guilty by sending this text message, and it completely backfired on him.
We've all heard murmurs of wills, inheritance, insurance, right? All these things should be or could be there, but as far as we, the public, know, I mean, they're just rumors to us. So, gotta think again. What's guaranteed? It's the absence of Nancy herself. Who stands to gain in the disappearance of an 84-year-old woman? That has always been the question and will always be the question until this case is solved and some idiot is in jail. Okay, so I'm just going to leave you with a possibility that's recently been floating around in my head, that Nancy might have been standing in the way of someone. And I'm not talking in the literal sense, of course, but that she prevented someone's life from moving forward. And like we mentioned before, if Nancy were to shut off any type of
Well, I mean, sorry, I'm just gonna catch back up. But that is interesting. I guess I never looked at it from the aspect of, and I hate even saying this because like I've never been the type that like, I don't know. I think when we speculate things that aren't in our own character, they feel absolutely horrid to say. But if we're going to allegedly, supposedly think that you have an elderly woman who you're a primary caretaker for, who refuses to perhaps go into a home, which I don't think that has to be the sole reason that they're like, oh, just go in a home. She doesn't want to go in a home. We'll just get rid of her. I think that's a little outlandish because I see that the only person really right now who has benefited from her mother being gone financially is Savannah herself. Her career, I mean, you got more people probably watching the Today Show. I mean, those sweeps are a big deal. I would hate to ever think that she would have ever allegedly done this, allegedly, supposedly for publicity reasons. Could be just a windfall. She also got that contract for this new game show with Jimmy Fallon. Right now, factually, she has been the only person that has gained anything financially since the disappearance of her mother. That doesn't accuse her of anything, but it does say that she has benefited financially after her mother went missing. But the other thing is like being a primary caretaker for an elderly person is difficult. I did it for my grandma. God rest her soul. She just died last April. I mean, not like just this past April, like last April 2025. But when she first kind of really started having health issues, she would get really confused about her pills. So I bought her pill cases. Well, then she would forget it if she took the morning ones or the night ones, or if she forgot to take the morning ones because she wasn't taking them like in the correct order. It was a whole debacle. I was running over there all the time. It was a lot. It was a lot, but I did it because I love her. And I mean, I could see if, say, allegedly, supposedly, maybe these people wanted to move to perhaps Italy. They wanted to move out of Arizona. If someone wanted to take their lives in a different locale, if you will, could see having an elderly woman that you have to take care of, that you'd feel guilty if you left behind, or you couldn't bring it on yourself to pay someone to take care of her or actually put her in a home, allegedly, supposedly. But I really, like, I have a hard time wrapping my brain around the fact that someone would want to do it. But if you want to just change locations, or you're getting cut off financially, which I guess, I mean, a whole theory on this. So they always say, I mean, even celebrities have said this in the past, that you have to be very careful with who and how and when you are helping people out financially, because then we have what are called parasites. And that is not a mutual symbiotic relationship. There is no benefit to the host. There's only a benefit to the parasite. That's why they are called leeches. People are called leeches because they are sucking nutrients from the host, sucking money from the host. And if that is cut off, they have no means of survival unless they find another host. So they always, I mean, I've heard this discussed in celebrity interviews a multitude of times, but they're always going to be careful of who and when they give money to family. And it is because they don't want family to become reliant on them. Nothing in this world is guaranteed, not even celebrities. I mean, we know how many of them who have gone broke. So it is a slippery slope. But why they would be going to their mother, allegedly, supposedly, for money, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You would think that they would be reaching out to their sister, who would have more money. So let's just finish this up. I'll get to the chat.
She's dealing that spigot, then her turning off that spigot for the obstacle. A good for nothing barrier that just, sorry to say, couldn't die fast enough. So yeah, I mean, removing Nancy might be some person's sick way of achieving freedom. Okay? I mean, give it some thought. I mean, what do you guys think? My name is Monks. Now go protect the ones that you love, and love the ones that protect you.
Thank you, Monks. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. LM Plumper on the crediting thing. It's like when they say so and so believes that the butler did it in the study of the candlestick, when in fact so and so is just positing a possible theory amongst many. Yeah. I love it. I love how you, right afterward, you gave Dr. Gary Mercado credit. Props. Well done. Mhm. If you wanted money and you think, and why would you send ransom to the family members that have no money? True. and really stupid. Are you the perp, Doug? Are you the perp? I don't want to know why you've already been vetted by the FBI, but hello, up the chills. Manos is highly involved. He's friends with T. There's gambling debts, cartels pulling Nanos strings, and Nanos is a porch guy without backpack in the photo prior to the event. Thanks and good night. Mic drop. She could have had cash in her house, but and I hate when they when people say there was nothing missing from the house, because like Nancy's missing from the house and that she's not nothing. But there were no tangible valuables, let's say. Yeah. Moving to Italy makes perfect sense. I didn't know you could trace a Gmail location, so I cannot help you with that. You're being stalked by a disgruntled ex-girlfriend. No joke. Just get back together with her. I'll stop the stalking. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Yeah, I agree that pride would probably be an issue to not ask money. Hello, Gym Survival. Yeah, you could get a VPN that'd cover everything. Hello, Andrea's thoughts. Give us your thoughts tonight. What's Andrea thinking? Oh, okay, Dougie, because I was one of the first people to send a tip. It was sent to the FBI. Yeah, Savannah, Cajun Navy. I had direct emails with Nana. He told me FBI was going to vet me before. Ugh. What? Shut up. I'm sorry that you had to deal with him. Hello, hello. Yes, please hit the like button. Leave a clue that you were here, my little cluties. Let's see. I finally think that I got that record that I was talking to you guys about that I couldn't find. So let me try and get that pulled up. And honestly, knock on wood, guys, I have not had any issues with the internet. So maybe these late night streams are going to be where it's at. Maybe we should just do these Saturday nights. And during the week, I'll just do videos because, first of all, I hate competing with the other streamers. Not like I'm really competition to them, but they are definitely kicking my butt in that arena. So it's difficult to do live when they're on lives. But it's also difficult like when doing a live and someone in my house making a lot of noise or whatever the case may be. So While we're waiting for that, we're going to what is this? Stop doing that. What are you doing? Stop doing it. What are you doing? Oh, see, I had to say something, didn't I? I had to say something, didn't I? I shouldn't have done it. It's my own fault. I talked about it, and then it decided that it wanted to be a nerd. Don't be a nerd, computer. Don't do that. Oh my goodness. This computer cannot walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. This is like my next largest person to make, which I told someone a while ago that we probably should.
So
Fun. Thanks for waiting around, guys. I appreciate that because I don't know why it just totally shut down all of my stuff. Okay. Please do what, Nathan? I didn't call you a little pretty. I called you a clutie. Yeah, Andrea, actually there is a new edict that the sheriff put out allegedly, supposedly, that says if the sheriffs are called out to anything, someone needs to be arrested or cited. That's what I heard. Yeah, 431. I am so thankful for all of you guys. And like to even have 15 here consistently, like almost all 2 hours is amazing. And I'm very grateful for all of you that are here and listening. Do I think this case will ever be solved? I mean, yes. I mean, I'm just going to, yes, I do. I think that, I don't know, I've said it from day one. I think they already know, or they have a good idea, or something has happened in the background that we're all just not aware of. And I think the reason that they're so hard on the streamers, I think why they want everybody out of the neighborhood is I think because everybody knows what happened. And that's why none of the neighbors are really talking, other than that one guy with the dogs who I think he plays for the other team, but is married to a woman, which no judgment, but you know who I'm talking about, I'm sure. He's the only one that in the neighborhood, and Eldine, which is funny because that was my grandma's name that I was just talking about. are the only two in the neighborhood that are talking. But I will tell you guys that neighborhood is not that unusual if it is an HOA, because I did have a condo for a while, and unbeknownst to me, before I moved in to it, I did not know that it was a little bitty lady HOA, and I was living amongst 70, 80, 90-year-old women. I was so convinced that one of my neighbors was walking around and counting the blades of grass that were on the lawn, because the second that you did anything that they felt violated their rules, regulations, whatever, you were getting a letter, you were getting a phone call, you were getting a knock on your door. I swear it was terrible. It was so terrible. But I do think it will be solved. I think it really just, I think they're waiting for the media, the streamer attention to die down on the case so that we don't come at them with torches and pitchforks when the information does come out. But I believe that they knew around the time that Annie and Tommaso and all of them showed up at the memorial, and I think that's why they were so sad. So I think we'll see. But I think they already know. I don't think it's going to be some big groundbreaking, oh my gosh, this is what happened to her. It might just be a matter of recovering remains at this point. But I do believe they have a good idea of who, what, when, where, why. But I think it would be interesting to know when the Colella arrest was, the Luke Daly arrest, not like the arrest, the SWAT, in relation to when they went to the memorial. If anyone knows those dates, I'd be very interested to see how they coincide, if anyone knows offhand or feels like going to look it up. Andrea Sods has been trying to get her channel up and running. There is a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. I kind of just did a baptism by fire, and I was like, if I sit here and I overthink it too much, because that's just how I am, I'm never going to do it. So I just ended up hopping on a live and just kind of been rolling with it. I think I'm still trying to figure out, my niche and what I really want to do, but laptop or desktop? I have a laptop. So stupid. Thank you. Thanks, Andreas. Said I've been doing great. See me in other lives. What? Idea poll late night or daytime? Yeah, I'll do another trivia night. I will. I guess if I would have thought about it, then. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm confused. Blue, Nathan, was that Damien in the chat before talking all that smack to me, or was it not him? Are you talking about 857? Because 857 has not been in the chat, not at least that I'm aware of, unless I missed it. And you observed who talking before? Because I can guarantee you that Nathan does not even know who that is. I promise you, he does not know who that is. He might have had a conversation with him, but I don't think so. You had so many people blocked in JLR's chat. I guarantee you, he probably does not know who that is either. That every time he posted, not very nice of him to try bullying. Blue, I think you just think people are bullying you. And I think, because I had to learn this lesson too, we need to learn it together. Sometimes not everything is about me. Sometimes I need to stop thinking that everybody's out to get me. I think the streamers and YouTube chat are so involved that something is going to give. Yeah. Oh, gosh, the chats. That's one reason I haven't been going. They're just so toxic. And Sheila thinks she was unalive that night. I am not giving credence to Iranian terrorists, Doug. I'm not going to do it. Operation Consequences. Hello, Cal Tim. Oh, hello, Cal Tim. How are you? It's so nice to see you here. We are about kindness in here. Oop. Oh, does he? I know that I didn't realize until recently that MAB, there's a MAB instigates and not investigates. So that's interesting. Okay, so I found, let me get to what I was going to show you guys. I found the Nanos record that I was talking about earlier, which I'm sure that a lot of you have seen, but if not, we get to it. So this was a deposition that he had to do. All right. Page 3, page 4. Sheriff Chris Nanos of lawful age, having been duly sworn to testify to the whole truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the case aforesaid, deposes and says in two oral interrogatories propounded as follows. To wit, direct examination. Hi, Sheriff. As you know, I'm Steve Serbalik. I represent the plaintiffs in this case. I have some stuff. Will be kind of repetitive, but I just want to make sure that the record is consistent. So there are some things that we have to talk about at the beginning of every deposition. First, I'm sure I know the answer to this, but have you been deposed before? I have. I cannot do that the whole time. Oh my god, I just snorted. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is his deposition. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'm sure this in here is where it says, have you ever been suspended? And that's where he says no, and that's when they're saying he committed perjury, blah, blah, blah. So here is his record at El Paso. So he's got written reprimands for violation of department orders. He used a use of siren on PD vehicle. And that just reminds me of like The Hangover when the guys are like going down Las Vegas Boulevard, like on the sidewalk, and they're just like, move it, move it. Hey, lady, nice tatas. Okay, civil suit against a city auto accident. Abusive language. Off-duty conduct. Threat. So he's threatening people off duty. Tardy. Shot fired. Suspended 1 day. Brutality, not sustained. Off-duty conduct, gambling. This. Gambling. Shots fired. Failure to report for duty. Information only. Violation of rules and regulations. Suspended 10 days. This clearly something was whited out up here. What it is, I don't know. Unnecessary force. Something. Not sustained. Tardiness. Dereliction of duty. A violation of the rules and regulations. Again, something above this that was redacted. This something was redacted, and they took out most of the writing. Violation of medical something. Violation of something, it looks like something tardiness, excessive maybe? I don't know. Off-duty incidents. that's, again, probably taken out. Excessive force, habitual, there you go, habitual tardiness, excessive force, violation of rules and regs, habitual tardiness, insubordination, resignation in lieu of termination, consistent inefficiency. Well, good to know he's consistent in being inefficient. So that's what I was wanting to show you guys. Consistent inefficiency. I mean, yeah, he's consistently inefficient. Noted. Oh my gosh, you guys. I didn't know that I wasn't sharing that the whole time I was freaking talking. I wish you guys could like had a button you could hit to be like, hey, stupid, look over here. I made a small joke about Mab once. Oh, Mab's such a, I mean, like, I think he would take a joke just fine. Who chastised you, toxic chats? Aw, Dark Knight, you don't like my little chuckle snort? It's fine. It's fine. Mm. Thanks, Sheila. Domnos is inefficient. Yep. Nothing other than inefficient. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Resignation in lieu of termination right here. And here's the other ones. Like, see how it's like redacted. They like took off half of what this says because they're inefficient at using whiteout, I guess. But here, this is the one. Off-duty conduct, gambling. Boom. And then here's another one, off-duty conduct, threats. So, and if anyone wasn't here yesterday, I suggest you go back and watch my live about that because it was pretty funny. Or was it yesterday? When was I reading his resume, you guys? Oh, we read his resume and it was like 4 pages long, and he was the featherweight boxing champion in the Special Olympics. I mean, the Pima County or the El Paso Police Department or the Sheriff's Olympics. Sorry, Special Olympics. I didn't mean to say that. Allegedly. Yeah. I'm like so excited you guys are hanging out. Like, what do you guys want to talk about next? I don't know how much longer we'll be on here, but you know, we'll hang out. We'll chill for a minute. I'm not sleeping yet. There is the link if anyone wants to join. Yeah, YouTube is very finicky about certain things. Oh, Nathan, you need to go take a nap. Will you tell your folks they says hi, okay? And you tell them I'll see them at the meat raffle next Tuesday, okay? Right by that, right next to the Catholic Church, the Beer and Brat Festival, okay? That was my best Wisconsin, Yooper, North Dakota, South Dakota, Michigan, Minnesota accent. How did I do? Go tell your folks they says hi, okay? I think my favorite exhibit of the Minnesota accent is the movie Drop Dead Gorgeous. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's hilarious. Like there's so many like Christy Alley's in there and Denise Richards is in there and Kirsten Dunst and Brittany Murphy and Will Sasso is in it. There's a lot of good actors in there, but the Mount Rose American Teen Princess Pageant. First, hello, cozy clue keeper. All right, good. We needed a good clue keeper around here. LD. I don't think so either. I think that LD has a shorter, stockier build. And I think this guy is a little bit taller and a little bit slimmer. And not in a mean way, just stature wise. I think that, yeah. Does everybody need to be going to bed? No, definitely cannot be trusted. Oh, that's what I was gonna play for you guys is my little short that I made earlier. Hope you guys get a kick out of it because I sure did, and I'm gonna watch it again because I think it's so funny. It's so hilarious. I can't even help it. Ooh, looks like Juanita Adame. Huh. You guys don't even trip about the weird stuff that you're gonna see on the things that I watch because I watch stuff like all over the board. Like I love paranormal stuff. And sorry, not sorry about that.
This. I can't see a thing. Well, maybe I'll just go down there and investigate it myself. Wow, where am I? This doesn't look like Pima County. Man, I better get going or I'm gonna be late. Wow, I can't pass this one up. Yeah, Sabinanos. All right, focus. Well, this is starting to look more like home. Well, here goes nothing.
Okay. All right, good night, Andrea. Yeah, I know. It's like I get down these like YouTube rabbit holes and I love it, but I love paranormal stuff. So you see here is like angry spirit confronts me in the cemetery. You won't believe what happened. All right, well, listen to we'll listen to some of this, and then we will probably call it a night. I know it's 12:21 a.m. here. So unfortunately for the West Coasters, it is only 10:20 something, but on the East Coast, then you guys like 1:30. So.
I do work Monday through Friday, so when I do have a chance, I will get to everybody's comments. I try to respond. Bear with me. So before we move on, I really want to say that this will be another scanner traffic video. There are only 2 transmissions, though, that I'm going to be talking about. These videos are a little the city. It sounded like the traffic was really police and or fire. I also want everybody to keep this in mind, okay? The timeline of the night that Nancy disappeared. So remember, 1:47 a.m., camera disconnected, 2:12 a.m., person detected on camera, 2:28 a.m., pacemaker disconnected. The scanner traffic that I found took place during the 2 a.m. hour, roughly between 2:25 and 2:40 in the morning. So this is a map of where Nancy's home is. You can see the arrow there up at the top, and that's in the Catalina foothills. This is an arrow of where the car was caught on camera. So remember the car in the Fox News digital video? That's where it was caught on camera. The time slots are categorized in Broadcastify for Sunday, February 1st between 2:20 and 2:50. So with that said, here is that first call.
Unit split for relevant to suspicious activity. East 32nd, the college reporting hearing of female screaming for help in the area.
Okay, so I narrowed this time 2:25 to 2:29 a.m. The area of the call was reported in a neighborhood. It was on East 32nd Street, and the caller also mentioned hearing it along Golf Links Road. I remember the cop saying that this was farther away from the original location, I'm assuming of East 32nd, but he would check it out anyway. Now, according to Google Maps, this is about a 30-minute drive from Nancy's home up in the Catalina foothills. Here is the second call.
There are 3 or 4 subjects in all black with ski masks, robbing vehicles. If they had a gun.
A little bit more information on the caller.
10-4. I'm checking the history now. They're saying they're in unit and we're seeing this from their window.
So I narrowed this time slot down from 2:38 in the morning to 2:40. So a 2-minute window, basically. Now, this was reported at an apartment complex on St. Mary's Road. So let's go back. The woman screaming, that call was reported at around 2:25 to 2:29. The masked subject's call was reported at 2:39 to 2:40. So if the first call was made at around 2:25 to 2:29, the second call was made at around 2:39 to 2:40, that would be about 14 minutes or 14 or 15 minutes, give or take. Depends on how fast you're driving and the traffic or whatever. Now, with that said, I wanted to focus on something that Chris McDonough said and align it with that woman screaming call. So Chris said something very interesting in the latest episode of The Interview Room. This was the episode that aired on May 31st. It was when Chris and Karen got back from CrimeCon, and they were going over, the Nancy Guthrie driveway. Really good episode. So at the time code of 4623, Chris is talking about a cardiologist that he met. He says, we had a cardiologist in the group last night. The cardiologist is someone who's been in the business for 40 years. And Nancy's pacemaker, he said, the cardiologist said that Nancy's pacemaker spiked for a reason. The cardiologist told Chris that the spike meant that Nancy potentially had a cardiac arrest in that moment. He said the doctor gave them some education on the pacemaker that Nancy had. The first part was that the pacemaker itself creates a defib to keep the heart moving. The second part, if the heart is about ready to have a heart attack, the pacemaker is designed like paddles to basically shock the heart. Chris said that the doctor told him that's likely what happened to Nancy when it disconnected at 2:28 a.m. And it meant
This is so fun. I love when my computer just has a skits moment. So I mean that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? It's a suburb, it looked like, outside of her neighborhood. You know, whatever, 10 minutes or however long that she said. And so another thing is that I've also heard that there are two different types of pacemakers, one that does defibrillate and one that does something else. So she did have the one that has which I thought all pacemakers did. So maybe I'm making shit up. But if she did have that type, that would make sense because there are what it's meant to detect is certain rhythms, and the rhythm must be a shockable rhythm. Working in the ER, there are certain rhythms that you can shock, certain rhythms that you cannot shock. So, asystole, so like a flat line, is not a shockable rhythm. You would not shock if someone was flatlined. You would perform CPR to get them a rhythm, but you cannot shock a flatline patient. So she does her research. I mean, mad props to her. She does a lot of good deep diving, but I think the first call may be pertinent, the one with the woman screaming. The second call with guys in ski masks robbing cars, I would be highly suspicious, and it'd be difficult for me to believe that someone who just went and kidnapped an 84-year-old woman would then be putting themselves out into the public and committing additional crimes like that. I would think you can keep your center console change. I need to GTFO this area now. I don't think I'd be hanging around and trying to, I don't get people's old Starbucks cups and their 50 cents from their cup holder. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would be the purpose of spoofing a pacemaker? Yeah, I know I suck. My computer sucks. I was frozen, but we'll just be frozen and let it go. Let it go. That's a dumb frozen joke for you guys. Okay. Oh, cool. She has ex-law enforcement. Nice. What are you? I don't want to know what you're talking about, Blue. What are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, she does have some good points. Let me share the screen. We'll listen to a few more minutes of this and then probably wrap it up for the night. So if you
Again, there's no way to know.
We'll do a last call with no alcohol. Probably 8 minutes. Probably try and wrap it up by 12:40 Central Time. So you guys got any last comments, questions, concerns? We'll say probably 8 more minutes.
but the timeline, I guess it does kind of raise some questions. Okay, so a few minutes later at around 2:38 to 2:40 was the call about the masked subjects outside the home. So this was on St. Mary's Road. The dispatcher says that the caller texted 911 and reported several subjects in masks breaking into cars. One of them had a gun. The cop then asks for clarification during the call, and the dispatcher responds with,
I'm checking the history now. They're saying they're in unit and we're seeing this from their window.
Now, the dispatcher says that the caller, who they claim was a child, saw masked people outside their window, quote, breaking into cars. My question then became, was there actual evidence that cars were being broken into that night? Is it possible that the 911 caller believed maybe they were witnessing people in masks breaking into cars, but maybe what they were really witnessing were maybe masked people with guns, with a gun, switching vehicles, maybe regrouping, maybe moving between locations? At this point, we don't know.
That's a good point. Because like I said, why would I kidnap someone and then go try to steal someone's, center console or cup holder change? It could make sense that they would be potentially switching a vehicle for identification purposes. Yeah.
I was not able to find any follow-up scanner traffic for that call, so I really can't make any determination. For all we know, it could have been masked people that were breaking into cars and they caught them that night. So we won't know ultimately what was discovered from that. So finally, I have a question for you guys, okay? How predictable are your driving routes? And I know I showed you guys the map. I want to kind of make sense of that route that I put up there. So these are the 4 locations that I am showing you. The Nancy's home where the car was spotted, the woman screaming, and then the masked subjects. So you can see that route there, right? So again, let me get back to my question. How predictable are your driving routes? Like when you go to work, when you leave your house and you go to work, when you leave your house and you go to Walmart or Target or wherever you go, do you take the same route every time? Or do you take a different route every time? I think it's safe to say most of us, I know.
All right. I'm just going to cut it off there because, like I said, we're going to do 5-minute warning. I'll wrap up the chats and all the things. But to answer her question, while I'm looking at maybe your questions, is when it comes to a route to and from my house, someone like somewhere that I go every day, like work, or if I'm going to the grocery store, or I'm going to Target, or whatever. I mean, Target is literally a straight shot down the road from my house, so there really is only one efficient way to get there and back. But I think the question is a bit misguided in the fact that I'm not assuming that these people drive to her house and to wherever they're going every day, unless she's getting to a different point, but we're not going to be able to find that out tonight. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people shouldn't be driving in the same pattern. They may be from the area, but we can't assume that if they did take this path one day, that it was because that is a path that they take. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, unless she's assuming, allegedly, supposedly, that maybe it is someone that drives to this house frequently. I'm not sure. Maybe the screaming lady knew what they were doing and didn't want any part of it and wanted out of the vehicle. I mean, it could be if you're assuming that there is somebody else that, like a woman who was in the car with these people and wanted out and didn't want a part of it. Yeah, I mean, that could be. 100% we don't know. We do not. Blue Malibu is also seen in the foothills on the 11th. Okay. The dog ate your homework. Well, that happens. My cats eat a lot of weird shit, so I believe it. I have one of my cats has pica, Pica, and it's some sort of anxiety thing that some cats get. I think he's finally growing out of it, but this cat will eat anything. Tape, plastic bags, the rubber end of a toy because it got stuck in his stomach and he had to have surgery, and that was scary as hell and cost me a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, my cat eats weird stuff. See above comment. Yeah, dog ate your homework. Yep. I believe it. All right, all you little cluties. I am finally ready to crash out. My excitement over my new microphone has now died off and I am getting sleepy. So I appreciate you all keeping me company tonight. Like I said, it was super last minute live. So appreciate everybody that's been here as always. All love. Yes, cats too. Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for your support and I appreciate every single one of you. I will say that every time I'm on here because I genuinely do. And again, one thing I want to do with this channel is go into more cold cases and more cases that need to have a second look taken. So if anyone's ever in here that has a mother, brother, sister, cousin, father, daughter, whatever, who they feel, their case needs to be looked at further, or they don't feel like they've had justice, you have missing family members or friends or whatever the case may be, my email, I'll put it in the chat right now, is prettylittleclues.cases@gmail.com. So feel free, and if you have any additional information, any additional documentation that you feel would be helpful, please make sure that you send that with as well. It just makes it easier for me to do further research, but I want this channel to be for you guys too. And that is really the main purpose of it. I want to help people. I don't just want to be sitting up here and re-victimizing people or covering the same case. I mean, at this point, we have 6 or 7 different people, 8 people, 10 people that are covering Nancy Guthrie. And then we also have 8 or 10 people that are covering the people that are covering the Nancy Guthrie case. So I think we're covered because, they have Nancy's back and those other people are just watching the backs of the other people. So, yeah. So go ahead and send me any information and be more than happy to take a look, get in contact with you, get you on here, have you describe the story. I mean, however you guys are comfortable doing it. But this is by the people for the people. So I am here for you guys and with you guys. And we're going to see if we can try and get justice for people and getting more eyes on cases and getting more eyes to dig into clues. I mean, I really want you guys to also be the detectives, and I don't want to be sitting up here talking to myself and acting like I know everything and doing everything myself. I mean, more eyes, 2 eyes are better than 1, 4 eyes are better than 2. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 rights make a left, all the things. So, and that does make sense if you pull it apart. 3 lefts make a right. Just stand up and do it. You'll laugh. Oh, and yeah, Kayla Day is in the Burger Chef cipher. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find any name, just depending on which pattern you're going to go in, but we got to table that. We can not get into that whole thing again. So, all right, guys. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon. See you later.